Your campus, your news, all the time. From the Showman Studio, here is the Husky Update.
Hello, I'm Lawrence Brown.
And I'm Stella Lamson.
And welcome back to the Husky Update. We're covering the largest stories here at Northeastern and around the world. All 60 passengers and 4 crew members on a regional jet are reported to have died after they collided with a Black Hawk Army helicopter over the Potomac River. The plane was landing at Reagan National Airport on the night of Wednesday, January 29th. On board were 6 members of the Skating Club of Boston who were headed home after the U.S. Figure Skating Championships in Wichita. All 3 crew members on board are also reported to have died. The NTSB and the FAA have launched an investigation into the cause of what is the first crash of its kind since 2009.
A small plane crashed in northeast Philadelphia, marking yet another plane-related incident this week. Several injuries were reported on ground and multiple homes are said to be on fire. According to officials, 2 people were aboard the aircraft. We are still uncertain of the plane's origin.
Residents across Massachusetts are on edge since authorization by the Trump administration to conduct raids of undocumented immigrants in various major cities. Since President Trump's inauguration, he has signed 21 executive orders to alter the U.S. immigration system, one of which being the promise of mass deportations. Worcester Mayor Joseph Petty talked about how some are afraid to go to work, to go to school, to go to church. Raids have taken place in East Boston with a heavy presence of ICE agents throughout the city. The Boston ICE office didn't respond to a request for comment about conducted raids.
An earthquake shook parts of New England on Monday, January 27th. Seismologists say the 3.8 magnitude quake happened a few miles away from York, Maine. Another 2.0 magnitude earthquake just a few miles away in Portsmouth, New Hampshire happened just 2 days later. People all around New England say they felt the shaking.
A bird flu outbreak is causing farmers to kill millions of their chickens each month, leading to a shortage of eggs and empty grocery store shelves across the country. The already high price of eggs is expected to increase by 20% this year, according to the Department of Agriculture, with no clear end to the outbreak in sight.
The Kansas City Chiefs will play the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59 on February 9th. This is the team's second Super Bowl matchup, last being in 2023. This will be the Chiefs' 3rd consecutive year in the Super Bowl and their 5th in the last decade. The championship will take place in New Orleans 1 month after the deadly truck attack on the city. Kendrick Lamar is scheduled to play at the halftime show along with special guest SZA. Northeastern's women's hockey claimed victory in the Beanpot, and soon the men will have the chance to do the same. We're joined now in the studio by NUTV sports director and senior sports correspondent Breanna Adel for an update.
On January 21st, the Northeastern Huskies prevailed over the Boston Terriers in a 4-0 shutout victory, leading them to their 3rd consecutive Women's Beanpot Championship. The 4 goals were scored by Lily Shannon, Lily Jovetic, Jaden Bogdan, and Skylar Irving, while freshman netminder Lisa Janssen saved 30 shots to complete the game. The Beanpot Championship game, which was played at TD Garden, saw the largest crowd in New England history for a women's hockey game with 13,279 fans in attendance. On February 3rd, the Northeastern men's hockey team will be playing the Boston College Eagles in the semifinal round of the Beanpot, while the Harvard Crimson compete against the Boston Terriers. The Huskies, led by junior captain Jack Williams, are looking for their 3rd Beanpot championship in a row and the 6th in 7 years.
January 27th marks the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, where more than 1.1 million, mostly Jewish people, were murdered by the Nazi regime. Survivors and world leaders gathered in southern Poland to commemorate this day. The event was held as many expressed fear for the increasingly right-leaning political climate of the West.
President Trump will implement tariffs of 25% on Canadian and Mexican imports and 10% on Chinese goods starting Saturday, February 1st. According to the White House, this move is to pressure these countries into cooperating with the U.S. on stopping illegal immigration and the smuggling of chemicals used to develop fentanyl. While Trump promised to lower inflation rates, tariffs could trigger higher prices and disrupt many sectors of the American economy.
This past Sunday was a favorite American holiday, Groundhog Day, where America's favorite groundhog, Punxsutawney Phil, predicts if there will be 6 more weeks of winter. Unfortunately, Phil saw his shadow, which means 6 more weeks of winter, so make sure to grab a hat and some gloves to stay warm.
Several trees across campus are being considered for removal. NUTV News explored the issue.
Hi, I'm Saloni Bhatia. And I'm Annie Jones, and we're here with NUTV News reporting on Northeastern University's request to remove 11 trees from its campus in order to install an underground steam line.
Today, we're going to be asking Northeastern students what their thoughts are on this.
So what are your thoughts on Northeastern University's request to remove trees from campus?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much against removing any trees if there's any alternative. You know, I'm sure they have their reasons for wanting to remove these trees, but I think some more transparency would be appreciated.
And you hadn't heard about this request before?
No, not until you just mentioned it to me, no.
I have not heard about this.
I really don't like that Northeastern's gonna cut down the trees. I'm a big tree lover.
I don't know. It frustrates me though. I don't like it. Basically.
So overall, just like non-support. We don't need it.
Like I hate it. I hate it. Yeah. Basically.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
I understand you have some experience caring for trees.
That's right, yeah. For my summer job, I maintain a park in Upper Manhattan, and a lot of it is planting native trees. So I really value the importance of street trees. Like these oak trees in Churchill, I find amazing. I think they're some of the biggest on campus, and they really ground me in reality. So the removal of any trees to me is pretty sad.
I think that they should not be cutting down so many trees. It's bad for the environment, and do we really need another steam line?
What is a steam line? Sorry, I'm not the smartest guy.
No, we don't know. It's like something with like heating, underground heating.
Oh, okay.
To build a new heating system.
Personally, a fan of trees. I don't really know why they're cutting them down. If it was a good enough reason, I'd be okay with it, I guess. Overall, slightly negative, but if I found out it's for a good reason, then it is what it is, whatever the steam line is. So.
Okay, from that, it seems like that Northeastern students really aren't in favor of cutting down the trees. Back to you guys in the studio.
On his first day back in the White House, President Donald Trump signed an executive order removing all diversity, equity, and inclusion programming from the federal government. Northeastern has become one of the first schools in New England to comply with the new order. NUTV News' Armaan Sarao has more.
Earlier this week, Northeastern officially took down the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion website. This change was motivated by the current administration's orders to remove all DEI programs from all universities with an endowment of over $1 billion. This is a very drastic change, and one that will impact underrepresented minorities and the resources that will be available to them at the school. That being said, faculty are currently working out ways to integrate similar programs under a new office titled the Office of Belonging. The homepage of the website currently reads that our university is stronger as a result of the varied backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives that all members of our global community bring to the pursuit of knowledge. As the university works through building up the Office of Belonging, continuing to provide resources for thousands of our students, it's important to recognize our obligations and responsibilities as students of this university in making sure we look after each other, we respect each other's differences, and we continue to foster a sense of community amongst one another. With several cultural organizations spanning across a multitude of cultures and nationalities across the globe, Northeastern and its student body remain firm in its commitment to empathy, identity, and inclusion. I'm Armaan Sarao, and this has been the SGA Update.
That's the news. The rest is up to you. Be sure to like our Instagram page and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with the Husky Update. I'm Stella Lamson.
And I'm Lawrence Brown.
Thank you for watching.